Hi, my name is Sonia, and today I'm going to teach you how to control a Lego motor and sensor with Scratch. So let's begin. First thing we're going to do is click on this control button, and you'll see this first icon here. It's basically to start our script. So we're going to drag it over just like I did, and we're going to try to activate the motor when a person or object is sensed within a certain distance of the sensor. So you want to click on the variables button right here, and you're going to make a new variable. So this window pops up, and we're going to name this variable gap, or the distance between your hand or an object to the sensor. So we're going to click OK. So now you can see here there's a bunch of different variables. So we're going to use set gap, which is right here. So click on set gap and drag it on over. Oops. We want the sensor to detect a certain distance from an object, so you need to click on the sensing button. So this is the sensing button. Go to the bottom of the sensing icons and click on the drag slider sensor value, which is right here. So we're going to pull that over, and we're going to stick it in where that 0 is right there. And we're going to change slider to distance. Now we want to set the distance of the gap. So for that we need an if function. So go on over to the control button right here, click on it, and you'll see a bunch of icons. You're going to go down to the if statement. So drag that and pull it over. And you're going to want to envelop this part right here. And so you can see there's this box right here where you can put what you're trying to control. So we're trying to control the gap. So you're going to go to the operators button, the green button, and we're trying to say that if the gap is less than a certain distance. So look for the less than, which is right here. We're going to drag that over into that box. So we're trying to say that if your hand or an object is, let's say, 5 millimeters less than a certain distance, then do this. So in this first box, we need to put the gap because that's our distance. So go to variables where we created our gap variable, and you're just going to pull that variable right into this first box. In the second box, you can put in whatever number you want. And so let's just say, for example, 50 centimeters. Let's just type in 50. So right now we want to hook up the motor, so you're going to plug in the motor into the computer so that Scratch recognizes the commands for turning the motor on and off. And once you've done that, if you go to motion, you can see down here there's a lot of options for how to control the motor. So you can control the speed of the motor with the motor power icon. So you're going to click and drag the motor power icon, which is right here, and drag. So now we want to turn the motor on for a certain amount of time. So you can see this icon says motor on for 1 second. So we're going to drag that over into the if statement under the motor power, and you can change how many seconds you want. So let's put 3, for example. So now if you want to link the sound to the sensor and motor, you can go to the sound icon, which is this one right here. And you can see that there's an option to record the sound, which I've done already, or you can import a sound from the library. You can also download a sound, and as long as it's an MP3, you can import it, which is what I did. So once you have the sound, you want to go back to the script tab and click on the sound button, which I already did, and you're going to drag the play sound icon over. And you're going to put it in between the 2 motor icons. And that's just so that when the motor turns on, this sound plays. And in this case, I've chosen a dragon sound, which I'll play for you just so you can, just from YouTube. I just recorded it and imported it. So lastly, we want this action to occur every time. So you're going to go to the control button and find the first forever loop. And you're going to drag it and you want it to envelop everything. And so now you can see our new script. It says when the green flag is clicked forever, we want this distance from your hand to the sensor, which is 50 millimeters. The motor will turn on for 3 seconds and play a dragon sound. And that's how you make. So when you put it all together, here's an example of a dragon. And if you're looking for something a little more friendly, here's an example of a happy giraffe.
Oh yeah!